Hi, I'm Kristi Simpson and welcome to Teach Me Tuesdays here with Leisure Arts. I'm so excited to be here today with you, and we are bringing macrame to you today for our Teach Me Tuesdays. Yes, we are at a new time at 4 p.m. and I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure that you comment today to enter in for a giveaway for a free mini maker kit. So anytime you say hi or where you're from or ask questions, please ask questions so that we can help you as we go learn about macrame. This is what you will get if you win, so make sure you comment. Well, I'm going to start off with the Get Started in Macrame book. This is my book that came out recently within the past year, and it's called Get Started in Macrame, 11 Stylish Wall Hangings and Other Projects for Beginners. So if you don't know how to macrame, you can learn with just this book. In the back, it has everything you need to know. If you don't know how to macrame, if you don't have access to this video while you're out and about, this has all of the visual diagrams that you need to know to macrame. But you're in luck because today for our demo, we will be doing all of the knots that you need to know for the mini maker and for macrame book. So you have a first-hand look at what you need to do. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the mini maker kit before we move further. If I can talk right today. So the mini maker kit here, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the package. This is great for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, any craft that you want to do, because it's not like you have to have a crochet hook or crochet needle, and it comes with everything you need to know, from the wood dowel, from the cording, and the instructions. And the instructions are awesome. I've looked at macrame before and I'm like, how do I do that? How are they going to teach me how to do that? Well, in the instructions, it tells you use cord 1, cord 2, cord 3, and tells you what not to do. Not to do, but what folding not to do. But like in the book here, let me get to a good one that would give you good instructions. Well, they all give you good instructions, but okay, the flip-flops. There's really cool flip-flops. And what you do is you take just a basic pair of flip-flops and you take off the triangle top part that goes over your foot, and you slip the yarn through and then you knot it at the bottom. That's how you get started. And then, for instance, it'll tell you here, tie a square knot with cords 1 through 4, repeat with cords 5 through 8. So, I mean, it tells you very specifically what to do so that you can have the same look here. So let's see who's joined us today. We have Barbara Miller, hi, and Gail and Janice. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining. And make sure if you're watching that you do comment to enter into the Mini Maker Kit giveaway. We'll draw that later this afternoon. So now that you know the book and you know a little bit about the Mini Maker Kit, I would also recommend that you have a tape measure, because it tells you how much of material you need for each project. Like it'll say cut a 50-inch, cut the lengths into 50-inch. So you would need a measuring tape, but that's the only other item that I would recommend other than your scissors. But before we go any further, let's hit the demo and show you exactly how to do each knot that you will need to know. Now these are the instructions that you will get in the Mini Maker Kit. And see, it tells you right here to cut 20 cord lengths, each 50-inch long. Now in that package, it will give you even a little bit extra, so if you cut some a little extra long, it's not going to hurt. I think it ended up with like 3 extra cords. It'll tell you to fold each length in half and attach to the dowel with a Larks head knot. Now a Larks head knot is really easy. This is supposed to be this way. Okay, a Larks head knot. You're going to take and fold your length in half. So here are the ends, and then here's the center. You're going to take the center and put it behind the dowel rod, and then pull the ends through and tighten. So then you have a little line here on it. And this is called the Larks head knot. And you just pull it through. Now your lengths will be long, but by the time you finish all of the knots, they will be a lot shorter because this takes up a little bit of the length. Now the other ones that you need to know are square knots. I'm going to move these out of the way. Now a square knot, you're going to take 4 lengths. So let's say these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though you only use 2 strands here, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to take 1 and go over like that, and 2 is going to go behind. Now oftentimes I try to hang this up any chance that I get because the cords will just hang down and it makes it a lot easier. So the one in front is going to go through right here. And the one in back is going to come from the back to the front. Okay, see how that looks? And then you're going to tighten it. Now that's step 1. If you were doing a half square knot, that's all you would do and it would make it spiral, but we want this to lay flat. So now we're going to take the one number 4. This now becomes number 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4, and lay it over. And then number 1 goes to the back. Okay. You see how that's laying now? Now the front one will go through the back and the back one will come through the front. And then you tighten it. And that's how you do a square knot. It's really, really easy. Now one of the next knots you will learn is called the diagonal, let me show you, the diagonal clove hitch. Now you're going to take, we're going to work from left to right, and I'm still going to move some of these out of the way. Okay, or take them all the way off. The diagonal clove hitch is really easy. You're going to take the first one on the left, and this will be your working strand right here, and you're going to use it every time you're working with the next strand. So see how I have it just laying across? Now take the first one here and go through here. And you're going to do this twice with each one. Then you tighten it, put it to the back again, and then come through again. And I use the same cord. And then you have to kind of work with it because you see the little bars right there. You want them to line up. And we want them to go diagonally. So they're going to go at an angle. The next one is the same thing. It's behind and you're going to take and put it right in that little loop. And like I said, I normally hang this up so it's a little bit easier to work with and your strands hang so you're not having to pull the whole piece. And then you do it again. And you see how we have it going diagonal. It's going at an angle. Now if you're working right to left, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to use the right as your working strand, and it will create the right, let me hold it a little closer, the right angle like this. Because if you're going left to right, it's going to go down, and if you go right to left, it's going to go that angle. And make sure if you want to enter into a giveaway, you comment, because it will put you in an entry for this awesome wall hanging kit. And we will draw for that later this afternoon. So you're doing it the same way. This is your working yarn. Then you put this to the back again, and you do it again. You just go through And then you just get your little angle. There we go. Get it to line up. Now, if you want to do the next one, which is called the, I don't think you use it on this one. Let me get my book and I'll show you. One more, the horizontal clove hitch. Okay, we were doing the diagonal, but we want to do horizontal to where it goes straight across. Let me just show you really fast. I'll just undo these really quick. And it's like that easy. Watch, if you take the working yarn and you just pull it all the way out, say you mess up, ta-da, it started over. Let me look at these comments. It says, Sandy used to clip quarters onto the long strands to keep them straight down. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's a good tip. And then, hi Dee, how are you? Okay, if you want to do the horizontal, it's the same process. You have one working yarn. And you're going to pull it all the way level with where you want it to be. I'm going to take this off out of the way. And then do it again, and instead of letting it go diagonally, you're going to pull it up next to the other one so that it's straight. And then you just repeat across. So it's the same thing, it's just you have to control it a little bit more to make it go horizontal. You do that one again. Vicky says, used to macrame backbone in the 70s. I installed a hook in the ceiling so I could stand or sit to work. That's such a good idea. I used to use a photography stand that would hold backdrops and use S-hooks as well so that I could stand up and do it and it would hang for me. Okay, see how that's going horizontal now? That's the horizontal clove hitch. Right there. See how it's going? And you would just work that all the way across. Now I'll show you a good example of where I use that in the book. And it was on the valance. I made a window valance, and you see how I have it going straight across? And all I did was use square knots, and then I would use the horizontal clove hitch. Dawn said I did macrames in the 70s too, and I have a couple of aunts that will tell awesome stories about making ones that look like frogs and ones that were hammocks. She made a hammock, so yeah, there's lots of cool things that you can make. So let's flip this back around and let's talk about next week. Okay, now that we've shown you how to do all of the basic knots from Lark's head, the half square, the square knot, the diagonal clove hitch, and the horizontal clove hitch, I think that you could get started in macrame. Now you need to have this book because it gives you all of the diagrams and all of these awesome projects. And you also need to try out the wall hanging from Leisure Arts. You can get both of these on Leisure Arts, but this one is the one that's in the giveaway if you comment. So it comes with everything you need to know. Now, next week we have an awesome project to look at, and it's the Diamond Art Kit. Actually, I'll show you two different ones. I'm going to open one, and I'm going to show you what's included, what the difference between a beginner and intermediate is, and how to, I got wild hair today apparently, and how you actually do it, because I've seen them on Leisure Life Live on Thursdays do this, and they use a little thing and they just stick it to it and it stays. I'm like, well, how is that? Is it honeycomb? How does it work? So I'm going to show you everything from the holder, the gripper, the trays, the beads, how they stick, and everything. I'll show you a finished one and one that's just straight out of the box so that you can do it too. So let me check these comments before we head out of here. Becky says, I've thought about doing this. I know some knots. Y'all's lives are so addictive and make me want to do and get into everything. I know. I'm so excited that I get to do all of these fun crafts and knit and crochet and weave and do wall hangings, and you know, it's so cool to try all these things, and you should too. I mean, it's fun to learn new stuff, and it's healthy to do that. Dee says, I have several kits that employ macrame, and Veronica, hi Veronica, she says, love that window balance. Okay, well, I appreciate you being here today, and make sure you join me back here at 4 p.m. next Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesdays.